Guys, welcome back. So today I thought we would compare the Chanel, I can't even pick it up. The Chanel Classic Flap versus the Chanel 19. I did film a comparison between my Coco handle and my Trendy CC. So if you guys missed that, I'll link it up here. But after I did that, I kind of started to think, you know, there are other bags that are pretty similar that I feel like I can do a video for. Hence, this video. I feel like these two are pretty similar, not in price point, which is kind of, I feel like, what leans people to look at the Chanel 19 if they want a Chanel Classic Flap, but there are definitely some key points that make them different, so I feel like I want us to talk about them today. So if you guys are interested to hear my thoughts on the Chanel Classic Flap versus the 19, then please just keep on watching. But wait, you already know what I'm gonna say. If you're not already subscribed, explain yourself. I post on Wednesdays and on Sundays at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I feel like you're gonna wanna be here when I do. If you like luxury, you like handbags, you like fashion, shoes, jewelry, Chanel, I think this is the place you're gonna wanna be, so definitely subscribe if you're not already, and definitely follow me on Instagram if you're not already. It's just the Katie Danger. I post every single day over there. Every single day there is something going on over there. A story, a reel, OOTD, it's just a lot. So definitely follow me over there if you're not already. And with all that out of the way, let's jump into the video. I'm just gonna start off with the 19 because I do believe that this is the bag that I got first. The Chanel 19 currently comes in 3 sizes, not including the wallet on chain version. This is the smallest size, but I think it's technically called the medium, but it's the smallest size. I don't know. This is the one that I have. This is, to me, the perfect size of this bag. There's a larger version, which is called the large. I think the large is just called the large. And it has 3, I think, full quilts, like 1, 2, 3. These two are like filled out completely. And that one obviously is a little bit larger. And then there is a maxi, which is just ginormous. But honestly, the maxi is kind of a vibe. Most people's biggest gripe with the Chanel 19, there's usually 2 things. So I'll address them both before we like get any further. The mixed metals on the hardware. So the predominant color is usually because there are other like reverse kinds, but it's usually the age gold hardware. So the actual CC lock is usually an age gold hardware. This chain piece is age gold, but then you also have silver hardware, you have ruthenium up here. So you kind of have a mixture of everything. You don't really have light gold. Actually, now that I look at this, why did I think that you got light gold? But you definitely don't. There is the Chanel 19 that is kind of reverse, which has the silver hardware here, and this piece is silver, and then everywhere that's silver is actually the gold. Another issue that people are having is the lack of structure. My bag is always stuffed. I don't use a bag organizer in any of my bags. I just don't really care about using bag organizers. I don't want to, so I just don't. But obviously to each its own. But I do always keep my bag stuffed, obviously when I'm not using it. So it is currently stuffed with some paper. I am a little worried about the structure, but again, you know, you got to keep in mind this bag is supposed to be squishy, it's supposed to be malleable, it's supposed to be like a pillow. It is one of those soft bags and definitely has a lot less structure than the Classic Flap does. The bag that I have is in lambskin, and you guys already know, if you didn't see my caviar versus lambskin video, I'll link it up here, but I freaking love lambskin. So when I was looking for this, I was looking for a lambskin bag. They predominantly come in lambskin now. I believe that they used to come in goat skin, but I don't think that those are in production anymore. They do obviously come in other fabrics. You have a lot of tweed versions of the 19 coming out. So many, and honestly, they are gorgeous. It does not come in caviar though, so if you are like ride or die for caviar, this is not going to be it for you. Let's talk about some features of the bag. So as you guys already saw, it has a CC turn lock here. This is a lot bigger than the CC turn lock on the Classic Flap, and it has like the chain with the leather through it. So of course you would just turn it to open it, and you would open it up. A Classic Flap obviously has 2 flaps on the inside. This one only has 1, which makes it so much easier to access your stuff. Everything is just in this main pocket. It does have a zip pocket in the back. I should take the stuffing out, right? Like that'd be like a normal thing to do. So you have a zip pocket in the back, which I personally don't use because this interior is large. Like you can fit like a surprising amount of stuff in here. So I don't really use it, but it's there for your convenience if you ever needed it. Interior is fabric lined. It makes it so that this bag is super light, which is another thing. This bag is super duper light. You do get a back pocket with the Chanel 19, a back pocket that is much bigger and much more usable. Not that I use it, I really don't, than the one in the Classic Flap. It does have a snap button closure. Oh, apparently I did use it. I got a Versace. Oh, I got SA's number. Okay, we'll put that right there. This is also fabric lined on the inside, and it's a pretty generous pocket. The Chanel 19 does have a little bit of an opening here. Like it's not completely covered. The flap doesn't completely cover the bag. So if you had something small, like maybe a lip liner or something that's a little bit thinner, unless you're like manhandling your bag, it's probably not gonna fall out, but you know, the chances are there. So maybe you would want to be one of those people who uses little pouches in your bag if you were gonna go with the 19. My favorite thing about this bag is the chain handle. Not even just the chain handle. This to me is genius, and I know I've heard some concerns about the fact that this could kind of just rip out. I don't see that happening. It looks to be sewn in pretty well. I'm gonna measure the chain drop with my handy dandy tape measure. So from the base of the bag to like the highest point of the chain, sorry I can't actually show you, but it's like, it's gonna be really awkward if I try to pick this up. It's about 3 inches, which is also about 7 centimeters. Moving on to the actual strap, I already told you the mixed metals are a thing. You also have this leather break, which makes it a little bit easier on your shoulders to carry, and you can crossbody this bag. So from the highest point of the strap, which I'm actually not at, so let me move over, to the base of the bag, like the top of the bag, not the base of the bag. I said base, I meant the top of the bag. I don't know how to speak. That is 52 centimeters, which is approximately 20 and a half inches, 20 to 20 and a half inches. I will measure the rest of the bag. So the base, which was, what would that be, the length? That's gonna be 10 inches, which is equivalent to about 26 centimeters. The height is going to be about 6 inches. Actually, if we're gonna include the flap, it's gonna be like 6.5 inches, which is approximately 16 centimeters. And the width is going to be 3 inches, which is about 7 centimeters. I don't usually go around measuring bags, so if any of that means something to you, then I hope that was helpful. So this bag does not have feet. I kind of understand why. I feel like it would be a little bit out of place. So I kind of understand like why it doesn't have feet. The current price for the small Chanel 19, not in like a tweed, like in a regular leather version, the price right now is $5,700 US. So now let's talk about the classic flap. You can see right off the bat that the flap is different. The turn lock is different. The 19 has like the leather with the chain type detail on it and is a lot bigger. This one is a lot smaller and it's just kind of the gold hardware. When you open up the classic flap, of course, you have 2 flaps. You have so many things going on inside of this bag, honestly. It's like ridiculous. So you have 2 flaps, this little baby flap that has a snap button that I've never seen any human being snap in my life. So you have this zip pocket that fits a whole bunch of oxygen, most likely, maybe, I don't even know if that fits. You have a lipstick pocket. You have these 2 smaller pockets. You also have this front pocket that you could keep something in if you wanted to. And of course you get the Mona Lisa pocket, which is damn near useless, at least in my opinion. I've never used these Mona Lisa pockets on any of my Chanel bags that have them. The classic flap always has 4 grommets. The mini bags, the mini rectangular, have only 2 grommets, but the small, medium, jumbo, maxi all have 4, which just means that it's adjustable. If you wanted to adjust the chain, make it longer, shorter. This bag also has no feet. The bag that I have is in beige clear lambskin, but this bag also comes in caviar, which is something that the Chanel 19 does not. It comes in tweed, it comes in jersey. The base of the bag is about 10 inches, which is about 26, a little bit less than 26 centimeters, 6 inches in height, and that is 14 and a half centimeters high. And the width, it's about 3 inches, a little bit less than 3 inches, which is about 7 centimeters. Now for the strap job, I'm gonna do it as like a single longer strap, which is kind of the way that I tend to wear it. The drop from the top of the bag to the highest point of the chain is about 41, maybe 42 centimeters, which is about, hold on, where's 42 at? About 16 and a half inches. 23 centimeters on the shorter, like doubled up chain, which is about 9 inches. If you include the mini rectangle, the classic flap comes currently in 6 sizes. Mini rectangle, small, medium, jumbo, maxi, and then you have that travel like double XL. The medium, which is the size that I have, is $8,800 US. The chain on the 19 is very thick, whereas the chain on the classic flap is a little bit on the thinner side, and so it's definitely different. The weight is a little bit different. I would definitely say that the medium classic flap is a bit heavier than the Chanel 19, even including the chains on this. But this part is just so lightweight that it makes a really big difference. So obviously the price point between these is very different. I mean, $5,700 before tax, $8,800 before tax. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. So I feel that's why most people end up, you know, if I want the classic flap, but I don't want to spend classic flap money, I would rather go for the 19. I know a lot of people think like that. However, I'm just going to say, if you want a classic flap and the classic flap is like your holy grail bag, this is not the same. This bag is not the same. This is a very casual bag, and this bag is a little bit more prim and proper, and I feel like kind of a little bit more versatile. I feel like you can use this at more occasions. I think if you want the classic flap, just get the classic flap. I don't think getting the 19 is going to do anything for you. But if you're just looking at the 19 and you look at it as its own bag, not as like a substitute bag for this one, I love this bag. I really do. And I have no regrets. I am honestly, it's one of my best purchases to date. I would say one of my best luxury purchases. Definitely let me know in the comments which one of these two is your favorite. I wouldn't say that either one of them is my favorite. That is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I post every single day over there. Definitely let me know in the comments which one of these do you like, which one of these is on your wish list. But that's all that I have to say for this video, so I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Oh wait, Elver.
Yes.
Are you all right?
What?
Can you give me a tape measure?